Okay, let's dive right in. If you're thinking about buying a car, new or used, from a dealership, well, our sources are pretty clear on one thing.
Yeah, that the whole process, um, it feels designed to play on your anxiety, right? That uncertainty everyone feels when walking onto the lot.
Exactly. And that's what we're getting into today, the sort of secrets of the sales floor, the psychological games, the financial traps they set.
That's the plan. We want to arm you with some, insider knowledge. We've pulled together insights from a former car salesman, plus warnings from consumer experts.
Because making a five-figure purchase, that's huge. You definitely don't want buyer's remorse setting in later.
Absolutely not. So we're going to break down the three big ways dealerships try to, well, maximize their profit, often at your expense, starting from minute one.
Right, that first moment you meet the salesperson. Because they're not actually trying to sell you the car immediately, are they? It's something else.
Not really, no. Step one is what we're calling the emotional lure. They want to create a feeling of psychological ownership, get you connected to that vehicle.
How do they do that? Like, what are the specific things they do?
It's often subtle stuff, but it's deliberate. They'll push for that test drive right away. Go on, take it for a spin.
Hmm.
Then they have you adjust the seat just so, fix the mirrors, maybe sync your phone to the Bluetooth, play your music.
Oh, yeah. I've had them do that. Flip back the sunroof.
Exactly. All these little things, they're building excitement. That new car smell euphoria
Yeah.
makes the car feel like it's already yours.
And the danger there is what your brain switches gears.
Pretty much. That emotional high starts to override the logical part of your brain.
Yeah.
The part that carefully set your budget
Right.
and decided on a target price.
Suddenly that number seems flexible.
Totally flexible. It's
Yeah.
like one source used this analogy of a dog during a thunderstorm. Logic goes out the window, fear, or in this case, equipment takes over.
So that physical experience, the driving, the features, it's actually kind of weaponized against your careful planning.
It really is, which highlights how crucial preparation is before you even get in the car.
Okay, so how do you fight that? How do you keep your cool when you're genuinely excited about a car?
Awareness is key. Just knowing they're trying to evoke that feeling helps you stay grounded. Recognize the excitement, acknowledge it, but don't let it drive the decision.
And maybe give yourself some space.
Definitely. The number one rule from every expert we looked at, do not buy a car, especially a big five-figure purchase, the same day you first drive it. Just don't.
Go home. Sleep on it.
Exactly. Let that initial excitement fade. Look at the numbers again when you're calm and rational.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you resist the emotional pull, you come back inside, sit down at the desk. What's next? They shift gears, right?
Big time. They move from the feel-good stuff straight to the numbers. But, and this is critical, they focus on a specific type of number.
Hmm.
This leads us to pitfall number two, the payment illusion.
Ah, the monthly payment trap.
Precisely. They almost always try to negotiate based on what you can afford monthly, rather than the total price of the car.
Why do they prefer that? Seems counterintuitive.
Well, it works brilliantly for them for two main reasons. First, a monthly payment, say $500, sounds way less scary and much more affordable than, a $42,000 sticker price.
Yeah, relatable. You think, okay, I can swing $500 a month.
Right. It distracts you from the total cost, making it easier to accept a higher overall price without even realizing it sometimes.
And the second reason?
It muddies the water. It makes it really hard to see the underlying factors clearly, like the actual interest rate you're paying or the total length of the loan. All that gets hidden behind the affordable monthly number.
And that's where people get stung later on. We saw that example, right? Just a $100 difference in the monthly payment.
Yeah, over a typical 6-year loan, an extra $100 a month is $7,200 more you're paying.
Wow, not 6,000, 7,200. That's huge.
It adds up incredibly fast. We even saw a case where a buyer saved $4,200 just by refusing to talk monthly payments and focusing only on the total price. That was a $70 difference per month.
So the strategy here is basically you have to control the conversation. Force them back to the big number.
Absolutely. You need to be really firm, right up front. The moment they ask, so what kind of monthly payment are you looking for? You shut it down.
What do you say?
Something direct like, look, I'm not talking payments right now. Let's just focus on the out-the-door price for the car.
And that out-the-door price, that includes everything. Taxes, fees, the lot.
Yes, exactly. The total amount you'd need to write a check for to drive that car off the property. Get that number agreed upon first. It includes the vehicle price, plus all the necessary taxes and dealer fees, even the questionable fluff fees. Better to see those early.
Okay, so get the total price nailed down first, That stops them hiding extra costs in the payment calculation later.
Correct. You negotiate the value, not just the monthly affordability.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's say you've done that. You resisted the emotional test drive pressure. You negotiated a great out-the-door price. You're feeling pretty good. Maybe shake hands, thinking you've won.
Mm-hmm. Big sigh of relief.
But then they say, okay, great, let's just step into the finance office to wrap up the paperwork. And this is another major danger zone, isn't it?
This is probably the most dangerous point for most buyers. We're calling it the finance office trap. Because even really tough negotiators often lose everything they just saved in this final stage.
Why? What happens?
Your guard is completely down. You're mentally tired from the negotiation. You think the hard part is over. You just want the keys. The whole process is kind of designed to wear you down before this meeting.
And the person you meet in there, the finance manager, they're not just processing forms.
Oh, definitely not. These are often former top salespeople. They are experts at selling, but they specialize in selling things you can't see or touch, intangible products.
Like what?
Primarily two things: the interest rate on your loan and optional add-on products. Those are huge profit centers.
Okay, let's break that down. The interest rate. How do they make money there?
Simple markup. The dealership might get approved to lend you money from a bank at, say, 3%, but they might present the paperwork to you showing 4%.
And that extra 1%.
Go straight to the dealership, often padding the finance manager's commission, and that 1% difference on a standard car loan could easily cost you over $700, maybe more, over the life of the loan.
Wow. Just for not catching that markup. And you're probably tired and just want to sign.
Exactly. And the second profit area is those add-ons: extended warranties, GAP insurance, paint protection, tire protection, rust proofing. The list goes on.
Are those things bad or just overpriced?
Often drastically overpriced compared to what you could get elsewhere. These products have huge markups. Remember that story about the guy who negotiated a razor-thin deal on the car itself?
Yeah, the dealer only made like $100 profit on the actual vehicle. He must have felt great.
He did, until he got into the finance office. Exhausted, guard down. He ended up buying thousands of dollars in high markup warranty and GAP insurance, and he accepted an interest rate that was higher than he probably qualified for.
Oh, man. So he lost all his savings?
Lost about $4,500 more than he saved. All that tough negotiation on the car price totally wiped out in the last 45 minutes.
Okay, this is scary. So knowing this trap exists, what's the defense? How do you protect yourself in the finance office?
Preparation, again, is everything. The absolute best defense is to walk in already holding the money, figuratively speaking.
Meaning?
Get pre-approved for your car loan before you even go to the dealership. Go to your own bank or, even better, a local credit union. Get that approval letter in hand.
How does that help specifically in the finance office?
Two massive ways. First, it gives you leverage. You have a backup offer. Second, it gives you a benchmark interest rate. If your credit union offers you 3.5% and the dealer comes back with 4.5%, you know immediately they're trying to mark it up.
So you can say, no thanks, my credit union gave me 3.5%. Can you beat that?
Precisely. You force them to compete with your rate, or you walk away and use your own financing. It puts you in control.
Okay, that handles the interest rate. What about all those add-on products they push? The warranties, the GIP insurance?
Same principle. Knowledge is power. First rule: never discuss the cost of these items as a small addition to your monthly payment. Always ask for the total price. How much does that warranty cost in total?
Why is the total price so important?
Because $15 extra a month sounds trivial, but when they tell you the warranty costs $2,500 total, suddenly you pause and think.
Right.
And second, do your homework beforehand. Know what these things should cost, or if you even need them. GP insurance, for example, check with your auto insurer. Some, like State Farm, might offer it very cheaply or even include it. Credit unions often sell GAP for a few $100s.
Whereas the dealer might charge
$800, $1,000 easily. Same with extended warranties. You can almost always buy them cheaper outside the dealership, sometimes even from the manufacturer directly or from your credit union. Knowing the fair price makes you immune to the inflated dealership quote.
So basically, walk in pre-approved for financing and know the outside market price for any add-ons you might actually want.
That's the core defense. Control the money, know the value.
Okay, let's pull this all together. It sounds like success boils down to preparation and sticking to a clear plan, controlling the process.
It really does. Foundational power comes from prep. You absolutely need to know 3 numbers before you go. 1, what's the fair market price for the car you want? Use Edmunds, TrueCar, sites like that. 2, what's your current car worth as a trade-in? Get quotes beforehand. 3, What is your absolute maximum walk-away price? If you don't have that line in the sand, you're likely to overspend.
And then structure the negotiation itself. Don't let them mix everything together.
Critically important. Negotiate in sequence. Step 1. Agree on the price of the new car, that out-the-door number. Only after that's settled.
Step 2. Negotiate the value of your trade-in separately.
Exactly. Keep them distinct. If they try to combine them, asking about your trade-in while you're still talking new car price, just politely refuse. Say you'll discuss the trade-in later.
And step 3 is financing, which you've hopefully prearranged.
Right. New car price, then trade-in value, then financing. Each is its own deal.
There was also a quick point about credit checks.
Oh yeah, important detail. Don't let them run your credit. Do what's called a hard pull until you are very, very close to actually making the deal and signing papers.
Why wait?
Because multiple hard credit inquiries in a short period can actually lower your credit score a bit, especially if you end up shopping at several dealerships and they all pull your credit. Wait until you're serious about that specific deal.
Got it. Okay, finally. The ultimate trump card, the thing that costs nothing but gives you immense power.
The power to walk away,
Yeah.
seriously. If the numbers aren't right, if you feel pressured, if anything feels off, just stand up, thank them for their time, and leave.
Does that actually work? Won't they just let you go?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But very often, especially if you timed your visit near the end of the month or year when they're chasing sales quotas.
Ah, quotas and bonuses.
Exactly. Your phone might ring before you even get home with a suddenly much better offer. Your willingness to walk proves you're serious and not just playing games. It's your strongest leverage.
And you mentioned negotiating via email as an alternative.
Yeah, that's a great advanced tactic. Email multiple dealerships with the exact car you want, ask for their best out-the-door price, let them bid against each other. It takes all the face-to-face pressure and emotional games out of the equation.
So, pulling it all together, buying a car isn't just shopping, it's a strategic negotiation against a system designed to maximize their profit using, frankly, psychology and financial complexity.
That sums it up well. Decades of practice have gone into refining their process. Your confidence, your success, it comes directly from doing your homework, knowing the numbers, securing your own financing, controlling the sequence of the negotiation, and always, always being ready to walk away.
It really hits home how easy it is to lose thousands of dollars right at the finish line, even after you thought you'd won, just because you let your guard down for a moment in that finance office.
Mm-hmm. It's a real
Yeah.
eye-opener.
And it makes you think, if we need this level of research, strategy, and vigilance for buying something like a car, which just loses value over time, maybe we should think about how carefully we approach other huge financial decisions in life, like buying a house or planning for retirement.
That's a really powerful point. It definitely puts things in perspective. We genuinely hope this deep dive has given you some practical tools and maybe saved you some real money on your next vehicle purchase. Could be hundreds, could easily be thousands.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us for this session. If you found this insight helpful, please do hit that follow button on the channel. That way you won't miss our next deep dive.